Hello.
Hi.
Maddie's here. You can't see her. Move forward. There you go. Wave.
Hi.
She's here working with me on the dress that we're making. And I said I was going to get some stuff done between streaming, but I did not. So we still need to cut the fusible interfacing here. Two of the front bodice and two of the back bodice and two of the straps. So that is the next piece I'm going to work on right now. And Maddie's trying to get in the shot a little better. Yeah, so here she is, ready to sew with Mama. She's going to be a helper today.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to our cutting. Here we go. Maddie can't see it because the camera's, her head is right here. There's the top of Maddie's head. And actually, I'm probably not going to leave it on this for too much because you don't need to see my face, actually. Okay, so here's all the cut pieces. Just going to set those aside. And believe it or not, I've actually lost the pattern pieces for a couple of things. I know where they went. They fell down beside my table, but I can't reach them. So instead, I'm going...
I'll get them, Mama.
Okay, you can... Yes, that would be helpful, sweetie.
You know
So I've got
right?
these two, and then this one I'm just going to have to actually use the pattern piece and just be very careful because it fell down beside the table. Alright, so let's get started cutting the interfacing. I have a whole, I've just bought a bunch of interfacing by the yard, and I just cut it off. This is not,
piece, Mama?
I don't, let's see, nope, not that one.
Okay.
I'm going to find a whole bunch of little things down there, so who knows. Okay, but this is not the best interfacing. This is a non-wovable fusion mid-weight, but I find it super helpful just because it's generic. I can use it for so many things. So that's why I like to just have it on hand for any project, particularly when I'm just trying out stuff and working on toils or muslins.
Mama,
I used to say the word muslin, but I'm liking the word toil more.
Can I be done looking?
Yes, sweetie, you may be done looking. Alright, so I'm going to cut this one out. And sounds like Daddy's back from his walk with the baby, and the baby's angry about something. So, you know, parents' lives, this is what we do. Here is two of the back bodice. Whoops. And I don't usually do markings when I cut interfaced pieces. I just look at those markings on the fabric. I do try to be a little bit careful and get these pretty accurate because I know it's faster to block cut these, or block fuse, or whatever that term is, but I, A, don't plan ahead that much, and B, when I am trying to save fabric, I don't like to block because I don't always know how much and where and all that of the fabric I'm going to be able to use. So in cases like this, I just cut it out. Don't worry about it too much. This is non-woven, as I said, so I can actually just pivot these pieces anyway. They fit best, and it will be fine. There's no grain or anything to worry about. So let's see if I can estimate this a little better with two pieces. I'm just gonna, like I said, this is generic mid-weight stuff, so I don't get stingy with it. It's not precious. I buy it on sale. Oh, I'm not done with that. I didn't cut these out yet, did I? So I do try to save a little time and do these folded.
I'm calling.
No, just the alarm.
For
saying
what?
it's bath time for certain somebody.
Me.
You, yeah. That's okay, we'll finish up here. Alright, let me cut, I'll use my little one on this. Here we go, around the curve.
masterpiece.
And then across the bottom of this piece. Alright, didn't do too bad with that one. So there's that. Go ahead and put this one on there so they're all stuck together. And then, last but not least, so here's a sewing discussion. How small a piece of interfacing do you save? I have a bad habit of saving way too small pieces of interfacing, but you never know when it's handy for an applique. And I like the turn and press method of applique. Alright, so let's see. With these, just gonna do this. Easy to fold under. Make sure I have enough there. Again. So when I do a good quality garment, I actually prefer I really am like an S101, I think that's what it is. It's the woven midway interfacing, and it's what most people use for t-shirt quilts, but I find it just a really nice one to use for most midweight garment stuff. So I tend to buy that one. Well, the last time I bought it, I could only get it in 5 yards. Ooh, please don't. Thank you. I could only get it in 5-yard increments, and so I got 5 yards white and 5 yards black, and I have been using that for quite a while. So between this bolt of cheaper interface and that bolt, or that yardage of the S101, SF, I think it's maybe SF101, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, that's what I prefer to use. Okay, so now I have, here is my, you can kind of see that here, straps,
Mama.
front bodice, and here is my actual straps in fabric. Here is my back bodice. These are a little tricky to tell apart from the straps, but this one is just not quite square, so I can tell that this is the back bodice. And then here, this is, oh, hey look, there I found my front bodice piece, and I was off my back bodice piece. This is going great. Alright, here we go. Front bodice piece, back bodice piece, straps are interfacing, and then I just need to press these on there. And we're making progress. So I have my ironing board set up.
Mama.
Put my iron. So I might have to move you a little bit, sweetie, as I can't even reach the ironing board at the moment. Let's see if I can scoot it down at all. The trash cans and all.
I can move this. I'll move it.
I'll just get it this way a little bit. How's that?
Good.
Okay. All right. So for the straps,
Is there anything I can help with?
I'm gonna go look at instructions real quick. So looks like the straps I cut 2 interface 2, so that one's easy. Cut 2 interface 2, that one's easy, and front bodice cut 2 interface 2. I was gonna say I'm not sure if I want to do that. So the instructions are saying to interfuse everything, but this interfacing is actually decently stiff. It's not, I don't know, it's, like I said, it's mid-weight. But my seersucker fabric is super flimsy, so I gotta decide if I'm gonna, I wish I'd read that before I cut things, but for one, I misread this is supposed to be cut on 2 unfold interfacing. But this is gonna have elastic in it, so I'm gonna not do both. I'm gonna do one of the back because I don't want 2 layers of stiffness and gathering from elastic. That's gonna be weird, and I'm totally just going to fuse this on there, even though I should have cut it on the fold instead of these 2 pieces, but it will fuse together just fine. That's not a big deal. Again, they'll be gathering over the back. Hold on one second. For the front, I think what I'm going to do is interface one and then see how firm it is, and then I will do both on the straps because that's really the only option you get with that. Okay, yes, you may ask me something.
Is there anything I can open?
Now at the moment I'm going to use a hot iron, but thank you for asking. I'll let you know when there is, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to do the straps, nice and square and easy. We'll start with that.
And I thought enough.
So for the iron, for heating this, I prefer no steam. I find the steam can warp it and kind of cause it to wrinkle. So I prefer medium heat and no steam on this. It does take a while to fuse, but I think it's a little better result. I've had a lot of issue. If anything, I go higher on the heat, but I don't add steam. I've had some issues with the interfacing bubbling after wash. I'm still working through what causes that and how to fix it. So I'm thinking the steam might be a little bit of the problem with that. So I've been experimenting with this, and I'll decide if that's an improvement. So what shall we tell them else while we wait for this? Maddie is excited about her dress. She thinks it's fun because it's going to be flowy. She likes the flowy dresses. I'm going slow on this project as usual. I don't get much time to sew. So Maddie's a little impatient, but she's practicing waiting nicely for it, aren't you? Yeah. Alright. And there's probably no way I can show this on camera, but we'll give it a shot here. Let's see if I can flip over to the... Okay, so let's see if we can get... So that's nicely done. The interfacing itself has the bumps. And even when it's up against fabric, you can tell, if you're experienced, so yeah, you can't really tell, but you'll see in real life there's little fusible bumps, and when they're all gone, once it's complete, there's no bumps to be seen, then that means the glue's all melted and it's good to go. When I first started sewing, I didn't know that, and I just kind of held it on there for a while till it kind of stuck together, and then I moved on, and of course that will peel away, unfortunately, easily. If you've got it stitched together, it's actually not a huge deal, but if it partially peels away, whoop, careful, hot iron, then it can actually kind of look funny, wave and bubble and distort and all that. So,
Mama,
what's up, precious?
I have to tell you something. I like watching you iron.
Yeah, you like this part? Interfacing is the slowest way to iron because you have to wait for it to melt. Jeopardy song, waiting music. I should find some background music for my live stream. That would be kind of fun. This one is not done. I can still see
That's
little
one
dots.
of the tunes from That's one of the tunes from my big sing thing at Samuel Caroline's church.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
I was singing this song from the Jeopardy show. Do you remember when we watched Jeopardy?
No.
Oh, you were super excited about it. They had a Jeopardy championship, and we watched.
Oh, the football thing?
No, the people answering questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they have a very famous song that they play while we're waiting for people to answer questions. They go do 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 do.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
I remember that.
We watched it a few times.
Yeah, they had a competition thing. Alright, now this is tricky because this is not square, so I have to make sure I get the correct side down and then the correct wider piece at the bottom, because this is not square. So, and that isn't quite lined up with my notch there, but once it's fused, I really don't think it's going to matter. And I am going to start, because I've cut this piece instead of not following instructions, I will start in the middle and then press out so that any ripples or whatever go toward the edge, and I can kind of trim that off, and the middle of it will be nicely fused and permanently fused. This is going to fuse to my ironing board because I've got a bit there that goes over, but can't say that's the first time that's happened. That happens quite a bit actually, so it'll be fine. Like I said, if I'd known I'd had more fabric, I probably would have block fused these because it is a little faster and easier, or at least less painstaking maybe. I don't know if it's faster, but I suppose it depends on how you do it. But since I'm almost always using,
dots,
yeah, I'm working on it.
Over here.
Since I'm still doing, most of the time when I get something, I've got less fabric than it actually calls for. I am not someone who plans my projects. Like I buy fabric because I think it's pretty and then figure out what I'm going to make with it. Most of the time that's how I do it. So I'm usually just trying to make it work. In fact, when I do buy yardage for a specific project, I'm often kind of annoyed at how generous the fabric measurements are because I just feel like it's borderline. I hate to say wasteful because I can always make more things with fabric. That is generally never an issue, so I don't waste it. I don't get rid of it, but I feel like I could have bought less. Okay, so there you can tell. Wow, this lighting just isn't super great, but there is that seam there from the fusible interfacing, and it's going to be totally fine. Okay. Oh, I've been talking this whole time with this scene up instead of the other one. I am learning. I'm becoming a better streamer. We're just getting through this. Okay, so that is the one back. I'm going to do one front. Oh, hey, look. I missed that corner. Can you tell? Ooh, can you tell I didn't notice that interfacing was missing when I cut that out. So we'll use this one. And again, yes, if this were, okay, now I'm going to switch since I know that that's happening. Nope, not the right one. There we go. Now I can see the camera and you can see me doing what I'm doing.
Hi.
Did that get knocked off?
No.
Oh, I turned 2 seconds and it's gone. Here it is. Okay.
There's something on it.
There's little strings and little other fusible bits. Okay. So making this smooth out a little.
What song do you think I was singing that I was humming? Could you quite tell?
I couldn't quite tell. Guess that's all. But also from the singing thing.
Mm-hmm. What song do you think it is? It's No Not One.
Gotcha. Cool.
It's one of my favorite songs too, so.
All right. It is now 7:49, so we're gonna have to go upstairs not too long after this. Little baby upstairs is getting ready for bed now. Maddie will be getting ready for bed in a few minutes, so I'm just gonna finish this one, and that will be all for now. I might stream later tonight. I don't know. I don't have a plan.
And next time I come down, do you think I can work some more on this?
We'll see. Yeah. I can't always make promises, but we'll see what I'm working on next time we come down. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, Josh was getting fussy up there, so as soon as I get this done, this is a big piece. It's going to take a little while. See, I see. Oh, he's not going to care about.
There's
It's very hot. Be careful.
right there.
Right there? Okay. I'll write that in. Okay. See any more dots?
Nope.
In here. All right. And this is pretty firm, so I will not interface the other part of this one. I'm going to just do the one. I think it'll be fine. Again, this is a test garment, so I don't want to go, I want to make sure it'll match the real one for fit, but I don't want to go crazy with it here. Alright, so here's the other back piece. Here it is. I'm going to do this until I get all this put together because it's kind of hard to tell apart. Okay, that's all the fun for now. Say bye.
Bye!